Hi everybody and welcome to my channel, Stitchin' with the Dachshund. Today is February 25th, 2019 and I hope everybody is having a great day, whether you're in the snow or in the sun. I hope it's a great day for everybody. I want to say welcome to my subscribers. I truly appreciate you. I love doing cross stitch and I love talking about cross stitch and I love showing cross stitch. So thank you if you have subscribed so that you get notifications when I post a new video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you find something here that will inspire you and get you to cross stitch, either get you back into the love of cross stitch or get you started. So anyway, let's just move on. I do have my notes down here. Family update is the same. Everybody's still where they are. Michael's going to be home in June. He'll be out of the Marines. Sarah will be done in her college in 3 more weeks, which I'll be really happy because she lives here and she drives 20 minutes to work, and then she comes home and she drives an hour to school, opposite directions. So she's really wore out most of the time. So I'll be glad when that's up and she can just focus on her job. So pretty much everybody else is doing the same thing that they were doing. I do have a correction to make. You know, my local needle workshop is Needleworks in Coppers Cove, Texas. It's a lovely place. I love the people there. I always manage to go on Monday, and Mondays are the day Trixie works. On my last video, I called Trixie evil. Well, when I went back in last Monday, she corrected me. She said, I am not evil. I'll go with conniving, but I'm not evil. So, Trixie, you're not evil. Little conniving, but not evil. I will show you, when I went in Monday, I picked up some material for a couple of projects, and of course Trixie was there and she helped me. Trixie has an eye for material, and the floss that, sorry I can't speak, for the fabric and then the floss that goes with it. She'll pull that floss and she'll look at it and she'll go, no, that pulls out more of the green or that pulls out more of the gray, and she has such a good eye. She's such a good helper, and I rely on her a lot. So conniving, yes, but not evil. As a matter of fact, I can never say evil again because she thought of me, and I'm going to try to hope you can see this. It is material that has, you can say chicken wire, beehive, whatever on it, whatever you want to call it, on this. It's white on white, so it's very hard to see. But she knows that I'm an embroiderer, and she thought that it would be something that I could use to embroider on it. And it is. I've already looked through some books to get some ideas about what I want to put on it. Nothing has jumped out and spoken to me yet, so that's going to be something that you're going to see later. I just don't know when, but I'm pretty excited. Thank you, Trixie, for that. I've been doing more things than just cross-stitching lately. I've been doing a little crochet. Some things just came together all of a sudden, and I needed to crochet. I found out a friend was pregnant, and she thinks it's going to be a girl. Now she's only 11 weeks along, so that could change. But she thinks it's going to be a girl. And I'd already have a half of a baby blanket made for a girl. So I thought, okay, I need to get that out. So, and I've been feeling the itch to crochet anyway, so I said I need to get that out and finish that up. 2, if you've known in the past, I've said that we really don't know where we're going to be in a year and a half. You know, our goal is to build a house. Robert's parents is going to come from Arizona, live with us, things like that. So my second thought was, I need to get rid of some of the yarn that I have. I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot of stash of anything. I don't keep a lot of stash. So I don't have a lot of yarn, but I have yarn that I only have 2 or 3 skeins. So it's not enough to make a baby blanket. Unless I want to make a scrap baby blanket, which I am making. Sarah's not baby blanket. Sarah's blanket that I'm making her is totally a scrap blanket, and it's looking so wonderful. But so I needed to I didn't want to pack it. I thought if I make something out of it, that makes more sense than packing it. So that baby blanket, I'm having the desire to do it. I need to get rid of some of the yarn in my room. And then I watched Mischievous Stitches, and she shows this bag that she made. And it's gorgeous. I'm behind, so I didn't watch her when it first started coming out. And then I saw other people making this bag, and I was like, what's going on? So I went and caught up, and she made a beautiful bag. She's a beginning crocheter. She watched Jayda Institches, and I will link her below along with Mischievous Stitches, so you can go see this blanket. So I went in and I grabbed that odds and end yarn because I didn't have enough to make a basket out of just one of the same skein. So it's going to be all mixed up. But with this particular basket, you used 3 different yarns to crochet it. So this is what I made out of it. And it is very much a floppy basket. Hope you can... I love it. As you can see, the colors just kind of do their own little thing, and there's some green thrown in up here. Until I just used, I matched it. When one yarn ran out, I just tied on another one that I found, and I made this basket. And I was really happy with the way it turned out. I was really thrilled with the way it turned out. And then Saturday, me and some friends were going to Austin to Central Market. And one of my friends saw it, and she was like, "That is awesome. You need to sell these bags." Of course, I never think my stuff is good enough to sell anyway, but I was like, yeah, okay, you know, people say that. And so we went down to Austin, and I'm checking out. And I took my bag for the groceries, right? And I'm checking out, and I noticed that the cashier keeps looking at my bag because I'm at the end, and I'm bagging my own stuff. And she keeps looking at it. So when I'm counting out I'm paying with cash. So when I'm counting out the cash, she opens my bag. I'm not looking at my groceries, but looking at the bag, you know. And she said, "That is a nice bag." She said, "Where'd you get that from?" And I said, "Oh, I made it. I stitched it up yesterday." And she says, "You made that?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Girl, you need to Etsy that." So I was like, that's pretty cool. I got told I need to Etsy something. So I'm pretty happy with my crocheting projects right now. I do have another one that I'm making out of some other yarn that it's going to be really floppy because there's really no, the yarn is really different, but I didn't have enough to make a baby blanket, and I didn't want to pack it, so I'm making another bag. I might show that in another video. And try as I might, and I really tried hard, I promise, not to go buy yarn to make another basket. I tried. Saturday, before we went to Austin, me and my husband went to work out and run some errands, and we were in Walmart, and I walked out of there without yarn. I was so proud of myself. I said, nope, I'm gonna use up the yarn I have, and I almost have because I did throw some away. Sunday though, I was like, we just need to get out of the house. Let's go get something to eat because he's been working on his cowboy boots. And we went to Walmart. Yeah, I walked out with yarn. So I got whips, cross stitch whips, crocheting whips, and my quilt whip. So I got a lot to work on. But we are not here to, well, you know, you might be here to listen to crochet too. I can't say that. I hope you enjoyed it when I talk about my crocheting. Now, the next thing I want to talk about before we get into stitching is my Cooks Guild. You know that I host a medieval Cooks Guild once a month at my house. And this last month, it fell the day before Valentine's Day. So I did this Valentine theme, and I wanted to do something really cute for the snacks. If you have not, I've mentioned them before in one of my videos, but it's Stephanie and Christine from Recipe Archaeology. They do retro recipes from the 60s, 70s, sometimes earlier, sometimes a little later. But they get these old cookbooks. They get those boxes, the recipe boxes that our moms or grandmas had. You know, that I think they were Betty Crocker. They were yellow, green, orange, like that color. And they do a bunch out of that. And it's not always good. They pick out unique and different recipes to do. Some turn out, surprisingly to them, yummy. Some are nasty. And some are like, it's okay. But I enjoy watching them. Their videos are only 9, 10, 11 minutes long. Sometimes they do a live one, which is, of course, longer. But they're quick watch. Recipe Archaeology. I'm going to link them below because I really want you to go watch those ladies. You are going to enjoy yourself. But why I brought them up was because I decided I wanted to do something fun, and I was watching them, and they did an inside weenie roast. It cracked me up. And all it is you take a cabbage, you hollow it out, you put the sterno can in it, you take skewers and you put weenies, cut up weenies on it, and then as you're talking, you just roast your weenie and you eat it. I thought, how fun is that? So I did that for our Cooks Guild, and I will insert pictures of that at the end, or some of that at the end. I didn't take a lot of pictures, and it turned out we had a blast. I enjoy them so much that I made them a little gift. and I made a little ornament, and I'm going to put a picture, probably over here, of the ornament that I made them. And it says Research Archaeology. It has a couple hearts. It has their name, and I said retro fantastic. It was a simple stitch, but I did finish it all the way, and it looked really great. I was happy with it. But the best part about it is I designed it. I designed it. I was like, this is so cool. And when you see the picture, you'll see that, well, that's kind of simple, you know, but still, I was worried about the spacing on the letters. Will it look all right? Did I do it good when I stitch it up? It turned out perfect, and I was really stoked about it. So I wanted to share that, and I think you'll appreciate the picture when you see it. Okay, now down to cross stitch. All right, in my last video, you knew that out of my stitch 9, and if you don't know what stitch 9 is, Michelle Farm Girl, December, January time frame, she decided that she was going to pick out top 9 WIPs and focus on them and get them done this year. And she invited people to do that with her. And it went nuts. Everybody just jumped on it and started posting pictures of their stitch 9, what they were going to target. And it's really interesting to watch. I've enjoyed watching people talk about their stitch 9. It's kind of almost like a year of WIPs, but I piggybacked mine. I got my year WIPs and my stitch 9, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But in my last video, I had already completed 6 of my 9, which made me very happy. I love a good challenge, and I love to compete against myself mainly. And so when she had put that challenge out, I said, this is so up my alley. So I picked the top 9 that I wanted to get done first. For whatever reason, I wanted to get them done. And I focused on them, and I started them when the challenge started, and I finished them in February. So I stitched my butt off to get these done. I enjoyed every minute of the stitch. I love the process of stitching, and I love the completed piece. I think I'm a combination. But I now have my last 3 of my stitch 9. So by the end of February, or middle of February, I had stitched my stitch 9. So I'm going to show you the last 3 that I had for my stitch 9. The first one is, I'll put this magazine behind it, well, maybe not, I got a thing on it, is my November, for my Snowflower Diaries, the monthly series. That was my last one. That was also my birthday start. I enjoyed doing that on that colors. I did not necessarily enjoy working on the brown. I couldn't see the hose really well. I think that was why it was one of the last that got done. But it's done, and the whole series is done. And stay tuned. At the end of this video, I'm going to do a stitch 9 parade, so you can see all 9 of them done. And then I'm going to do the monthly series, the Snowflower Diaries parade of all 12 of them done. I'm really excited. I want you to stay and watch that, because when I did January of that series, I did as close to the call for fabric as I could. I was a new stitcher. I had no idea you could do what you wanted to do. But I did enjoy it. I don't know. It was like, it's okay. But when I went in with February, I told Trixie I wanted to do something funner. I wanted something livelier. And that started for the next 11, picking out great colors for every month. And Trixie helped me with every one of these. So I want you to see the series. So go at the end, stay tuned, stay to the end, and watch that parade. It's going to be, I think you'll like it. I think you will appreciate it. Okay, so this one's kind of a big one, but it's Here Lie My Needles by Shakespeare's Peddler. It's a little wrinkly, I know. I pretty much took it off the hook and put it down and didn't iron it or anything. I'll get to that. Some things on this that I did change up some of the colors. Her apron and sleeves were charted for white, and I just thought that was just a lot of white in that area, so I wanted to liven it up a little bit, so I changed that. There's some things off over here. Oops, there we go. Some things off a little bit, but it, wabi-sabi. I love it the way it is, and I'm actually going to frame it like it is in the picture, so I can put because I got a bent needle that I'm still using, so I won't lose it. As soon as I get this finished, the bent needle's going on there. I did not do the frame. because I want to, or the border. And I chose not to do the border. For one, whoops, I really didn't want to do the border. It just didn't look like a border that thrilled me to do. And also, it's straight lines. I want to put this in a frame, and I know that I'm not that great at tightening it and everything, and I think that I'll get really frustrated trying to get those lines perfectly straight because I think my lines would be wiggly. So I thought, you know, to save me a lot of frustration, I'm not going to do the border, and I don't care for the border anyway, so it's all good. Now, the last of the stitch 9, and I love this piece so much, I love this piece, is my Christmas lantern. Pick it up a little bit. That is from Twin Peaks Primitive. It's beautiful, and I enjoyed every stitch of it. I really did. It's on that sparkly material, and I just keep looking at it. I love it. Not sure of the finish on this one yet, what I want to do. Thinking I might frame it. I don't know. We'll see. So that was my Stitch 9. So stay tuned to the end of the video for the Stitch 9 parade, and I think you'll love it. We're going to move into my Year of Whips. Because I forgot the one that I'm actually working on right now. So I wanted to take you back through my remaining Year of Whips so you can see what I still am working on. Now, I have, because of the crochet, I've taken a breath and stepped away from crochet for a minute. Cross stitch for a minute and working on a little bit of crochet. And then I might bring out my quilt and work on it a little bit. But I'm still working on my Year of Whips. So my first Year Whip that I'm going to show you is, it is the Antique Bee Sampler. This is the actual pattern, and I did that for myself. But this is a bonus pattern, and it's just a short one. And I'm doing that for a friend. And this is where I'm actually at on it. Excuse my needle here. I've just got the words done on it. I'm doing it in variegated thread. I've changed it up completely. And I've changed it up completely to put a lot of different colors in it because this is going to a friend who's, I know I've said it in my earlier videos, my friend that had actually lost her house in a fire. So they're building now, finally. They're getting, it's almost done. And I have no idea what her kitchen's going to look like, color schemes or anything. So, or her room, wherever she might want to have this, or if she even wants to hang it up, I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to put a variety of colors in there so that wherever she put it, it could pull colors, maybe, I don't know. So I've got to put in the bees and a few other things, but this is on my Year Whips, and I don't think I'll be working on this that much longer. I think I will get that finished relatively quickly between crocheting and hand quilting that quilt. But once again, I'm loving it. I love doing the antique sampler for me, and I am loving this, just loving it. So that's one of the Year of Whips. Another one of the Year of Whips is my Nativity. I've started this one. I can't wait to get back to it. My plan is, I've got a couple of big ones. You know what? I didn't bring the boot one over because it's in a bigger bag and I forgot to grab it, but that's okay. We won't worry about that today. This one and the boots are really big projects. And when I did my Year of Whips, I just listed them. I didn't list like a page of it or anything like that. It's all good. So anyway, I'm saving those two big ones. I believe my mind is doing this to work on when I've got a lot of the littler ones moved out of the way. When I say littler, I don't mean teeny tiny. I just mean not as big as these. Now these, of course, are not as big as Hade's or Mirabilia's or anything like that, but they are rather, this one, lots of color changes. The boots, lots of color changes. So they're more intense. So I say that my mind is saying to wait to the end to do these. We'll see. Who knows? But Nativity is another Year of Whip one. This one is called the Beekeeper. Of course, I love the Bee Cottage ones. It's going on some material that I have that looks like chicken wire or honeycomb, however you want to look at it. And it's a big piece. I bought all that the Needleworks had, and I'm going to put all the Bee Cottage ones on there. and maybe some other bee ones that I find later on. I love bees, and I even bought material to make me a bee project bag. Just gotta make more project bags. Okay, so this is another year of WIP. Is it 3B mini sampler? Isn't that cute? That is cute. Here's a couple on the back. You see, I've done this one, and I've got that one. So I need to get these other two from the Bee Cottage. If anybody has these two and want to make a trade, I might make a trade. I got some other patterns that I'm not going to do. We might be able to make a trade. Anyway, so another year of WIP one. I am doing, let me try to get this closer. I'm doing the green ornament on this one. I have the material to do the blue one too. I'm not enjoying the green one at all. So I don't know if the blue one will happen, but I am going to finish the green one because I've got the ball almost finished. I'm not going to not finish it. And I said, don't enjoy it. I don't know why I don't enjoy it. It's not that bad. Anyway, so that's another year WIP. And then, of course, I'm doing, and I'm going to show the pattern because this is a free pattern. You can get it anywhere. I'm doing the 12 Days of Christmas. So the last ones I have is the 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 to do. And those are on my year WIPs because I really wanted to focus on getting those done. I kind of wanted to have them done for Christmas this year. That was my early on goal. That goal changed. And then this one, which I've loved since I've seen it, another Shakespeare's Peddler, 2 Angry Birds. It's kind of on a dark material. I do have a teeny tiny start on that. So that's another one that's not tiny. So we'll see. And then I did not bring my boots over. And I'll be darned, I didn't pull it out a while ago. Let me see. Yep, this one. Did not pull it out. All you need is love and golfing. And I'm about 3/4 way on this one. Done pretty quick too. So I believe I've got all of, I think I've updated you on my year of WIPs and where I'm at. Hopefully there'll be more progress later. I do have 2 finishes to show you. I don't know if I had actually showed you the 7th day one of the 12 Days of Christmas, but that's the 7th day. So I finished him up, and I love this one. I just fell in love with it. I saw it. It is from an Etsy shop, an Etsy designer, Little Stitcher shop, and it is called The Girl in Blue. I fell in love with it. I like the pattern. The story behind it is amazing. She was killed in December 24th, 1933 in this tiny little town. She had stopped. She was riding a train. Accident happened. The train's wind caught her. She threw her on the tracks. She wound up dying. Nobody knew who she was. The town buried her, put up a memorial. And then the follow-up on the story, I think 19-something, like 60-something years later, they finally find out who she was. And that's just, the whole story was just like, I gotta stitch this. She has in her shop, I wouldn't say it's a series of these, but she has a lot in this size and this style. The Lady and the Unicorn, the Silky, I think Dracula's in there, and there's some other ones that I want to get, and I will eventually get them because I've got to have them. But this was not on my Stitch 9, nor in my year of WIPs. This was something that I allowed myself to do. I've got rules so that I won't have a bunch of starts, because I think we all kind of like starting things. So I had to, my rule was I had to finish 2 to buy a pattern. I had to finish 4 to start on that pattern. Well, I didn't buy or start on this until my 6 was done. No, I didn't buy it until my 6 was done. I didn't even start it until all 9 were done. So I did really good, and I thought, you know what? You can reward yourself and stitch that. And I was so glad I did. The other thing that's going to jump into my stitching that's not on my year WIPs, excuse me, is, you know how I did the Christmas lantern. Well, I enjoyed it a lot. Twin Peaks Primitives, if you have not been to their shop to go look what they have, they're on Instagram and they'll post updates, and every once in a while they'll put out a freebie for you. So when I got finished with that, they contacted me and they gifted me a pattern, and I was blown away. I mean, you know, really? I'm excited. And I had just saw, like a couple of days before I finished and posted, I had just saw this pattern. It went on my list of, I want that. And so when they said, we'd like to gift you a pattern, do you have one? And a favorite? And I was like, yes, I do. I do. Twin Peaks Primitive, thank you so much. I am still just in shock that I have this and that you gave it to me. I'm just, what a gift. So I did go and get fabric for it. Trixie helped me. Oh, and Trixie helped me with this fabric. Let's get back to that. I don't know if you can see the color on that. It just fits so well. And then we decided, because of the colors in this, that we were going to keep the back kind of a pretty, just simple color, gorgeous color, and let all the stitching and the colors in this be the beauty of it all. So I'm going to allow myself this to start. I think my rule for it is I've got to get Bee Sampler done, because it is a gift for one and their house is almost done. Get that one done, and then I can actually go on and start this and work it in with all my other year whips. I don't know. I never do a rotation. I do what calls me, and that's like with the Christmas lantern. All of a sudden, I wanted to do it, and I didn't want to stop doing it, and I didn't. Until I was finished stitching it. I loved every stitch in it. So once again, Twin Peak Primitives, go visit them. I'm going to link them below. They're wonderful. Their customer service is outrageous. I mean, it's just great. They're pleasant people, and their patterns are gorgeous. So, yeah, I can't rave enough about it. So, what else do I have? I watched actually a few new people, but I'm going to talk about Amber in Shescraftin. I enjoyed her. At one point, her kids are in there, and I just enjoyed what she was showing. She's got quite a bit of stuff. Go see her. I think she's got 3 videos. It sounds like she had made videos before, and it's now back to making them, is what it sounds like. So go check Amber out on Shescraftin. The next one I watched is Kim Hollenback. She doesn't have like a channel name like Stitching with the Dachshund, so you have to look for her name. And she's got some beautiful stuff also, and great stories to go along with it. I really loved what she was showing, and blown away by what her first cross stitch pattern. Yeah, just go watch her video. She's amazing, and I really enjoyed her. Let me see. Last thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to give you an update on Robert's boots. I'm going to look at this time. That time is not right. Oh, I know what happened. It runs out and then it catches up. I'm good. Never mind. I won't even try to block that out there. Okay. So you're going to get a sneak peek of Robert's boots. And you're going to see what it looks like when a boot is kind of put together. So they're going to be floppy. So he's been working on them. This is for a Pacific gentleman. This is a custom made pair. This is what the gentleman wanted. So let me see. Here we go. Let's see if I can back it up. You see the Texas over here, yellow rose. Down here's a yellow rose. Blue bonnets, accordions, because he's an accordion player. This one has I believe the brown accordion on it. The other one has a black accordion, because he has a black and a brown one. He plays in different competitions. Here's going to be the tips, the tips of them, or I don't know if you can see, it's a musical note on the end of it. This particular gentleman wanted a conversation piece for boots, and he's getting them. But look at that. I love them. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And of course, when he gets them finished, I'm going to show you all of that too. He doesn't have the pulls on them yet, but these are what the pulls, they'll go here like this. That's what where they'll go, and this is what they look like. That is the gentleman's initials. Don't think he is. Yep, he is stitched around these already. So anyway, I thought that y'all would be interested in where he's at on some of his boots. He's a wonderful leather worker, wonderful boot maker. So let me see. I think that is all that is in my notes. As you see the top of my head as I read. I enjoyed coming back and visiting with y'all, as I always do. If you have any questions about any of the people or any of the things that I talked about, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Go check out Recipe Archaeology. Check out Jayda Institches. Check out Little Stitcher Shop. Check out Twin Peak Primitives. People, you will enjoy those a lot. I think with that, I'm going to end with put some thread in the needle and get to stitching. I'll see you guys back. Stay tuned for the parades, though.